Well, they tell me it's showtime. Good afternoon, everybody. Gary Beck, naturopath from Maximum Wellbeing. The start of another week. And what was the start of your day like? So I've titled this particular little chat, "Are your hormones making you fat?" That's obviously quite a leading headline, but it's an important one. And I know that that question, if you consider it, could have quite significant implications for lots of individuals. So just imagine waking up in the morning to the sound of your alarm and being excited and happy to be starting a new day. You get up and you look in the mirror and you really admire what you see, you admire your body. Everyone tells you you're looking great, and they're really curious to know, well, what's your secret? Now, I'm sure for many of you that potentially sounds maybe way too good. That just sounds too good to be true. And I'm sure it'd be right for a lot of people out there. So if you, like many other women, don't feel that way, you're not excited and energized when you wake up in the morning, it's highly likely, highly probable that you have a hormonal imbalance of some sort. And hormone imbalance, well, if we are specific and we look at the researched documentation, it's recognized that over 40% of women have an undiagnosed underactive thyroid gland. So that again, over 40% of women have an undiagnosed underactive thyroid gland. So if you feel tired all the time, you crave sugar, you possibly use coffee or alcohol to keep you going, you may retain weight around your middle, or you feel the cold, you could well be suffering from this problem. So the thyroid. So what does the thyroid do, and what does this mean for you as an individual? Well, the thyroid gland, of course, is a major player in your body when it comes to determining how many calories we actually burn. Yes, the thyroid actually controls that. It in fact produces hormones that control your overall body's metabolism, the speed with which you do things. So if your thyroid is underactive, it's going to be virtually impossible to lose that spare tire around your middle. And that's regardless of how many carbs you cut out of your diet and how many hours you might do on the treadmill at the gym or whatever. Those factors are important, but if your thyroid is underactive, you're not going to achieve the results you're looking for. And, commonly when you go to your doctor and they decide to test your thyroid, they're going to do a blood test. Now, unfortunately, the standard blood tests don't tell the full story. The standard blood test, which is going to be focusing on things like TSH, which is thyroid stimulating hormone, these can only tell you how much of that hormone is actually in the blood. But this doesn't tell you how well the hormones are actually working, what's actually the functional aspect of what's in the blood. And this is the reason why, even if you do have a thyroid problem, it's quite possible and unfortunately quite common that it won't be picked up in those blood test results. Now, the good news is that for those of you here in the Sunshine Coast or Noosa area, we are fortunate to have a tool developed by Dr. Turner, who's actually become a friend here, who's one of the top physicians on the planet when it comes to hormones and thyroid disorders. So some years ago, Dr. Turner developed a thing called the Thyroflex. So the Thyroflex is the tool that allows us to do an accurate assessment of thyroid function, not just measuring things in the blood, but thyroid function. So we're looking at the functionality to a proven 98% accuracy. So that means we're on track. So this is something we have here at the Thyroid Studio at Maximum Wellbeing, and this is a tool that, as I say, quickly and accurately allows us to assess your thyroid function. So, what are the symptoms associated with thyroid? I'm going to read through a little list here, and I want you to understand that if you have 3 or more of any of these following signs or symptoms, it's probably time to talk to us about having a thyroid test. So, weight gain around the middle, feeling tired, especially mid-afternoon, brain fog or a foggy head, feeling cold, particularly cold extremities, poor memory, irritability or even depression, a loss of libido and just no interest in sex at all. You may have a concern that you may be infertile. If you're using coffee or alcohol to help keep you going, if you have constipation, hair loss, even potentially muscle cramps, you wake through the night, you crave things like sugar and carbs, or aching muscles and joint pain. So remember, just 3. If you've got 3 or more of those things that I've just read out happening for you, that is a significant indicator that you have an undiagnosed, underactive thyroid gland, so a condition known as hypothyroid. And of course, unless you decide to change something, that's not going to get changed. That's not going to change. It's not going to get any better. So once again, we've got a tool to test, and even better news is that with the right testing, we're then able to put you onto protocols using the right herbs, the right nutrients or hormones or whatever it is, so we can get things back to where they should be and turn your life around. Because when you have a balanced thyroid, your energy will increase, you'll find that it's easy to lose weight, you'll feel happier in yourself, and of course, we really need to come back to that simple thing about our health. Our health is, in my opinion, our greatest asset. And, it's time for you to take control of that. If you suspect your thyroid isn't right, don't put off getting tested any longer. You deserve to feel great and alive every day, and there's no excuses. The thyroid is a master controller, and if it's out of kilter, it'll be having an effect right throughout your system. So it's nothing quite like now. So I really encourage you to take advantage of this really cool tool that we now have. The Thyroid Studio at Maximum Wellbeing is ready to see you and get you on the right path. I hope you've found this helpful, and I look forward to speaking to you real soon. Thanks for listening, and have a great afternoon. Bye for now.